How's it going, guys? In this video, I'm gonna rank every Gang Beast map. I haven't made a video on this yet, but I do play it, and I am gonna make a tier list on it. So if you haven't played it, basically it's a fighting game. So this little jelly bean, and you gotta fight people. Now if you haven't played it, I'm gonna basically just be ranking the map so you know which ones are good and which ones aren't. Let's get started. So, the first one we have is Aquarium. Now, the special thing about this map is there's a giant octopus kraken thing that comes from the middle pool and tries to, grab people in. Now, this is cool. There's no map that really has, something that pulls you in, beside a shark, really, but the specialty is kind of the issue. It's a bit annoying fighting someone, but then the kraken pulls you in. So I'm gonna keep it at B tier because it's mid. Next is the billboard. So this is a map. As you can see in this little picture, it's very tiny, and for that, I'm not a big fan of it. If you have 8 people in it, right, it is chaos. Half of you go down in the first 10 seconds, and the rest, it's probably gonna be a draw. I really don't like this map. It's going in D tier. Next up, we have the blimp. Now, the blimp map, nothing too special about this. You're in the sky, the blimp rotates a little bit. You can hide behind the propellers a little bit, but that's about it. There's nothing special about this map. I'm gonna have to put it in C tier, because it's not like, ooh, I'm enjoying it. I'm more like, oh no, it's the blimp. But let's move on to the boy. Now, this is just one of the okay maps. I'm probably gonna keep it B. What happens here is you're just on a platform with ice. Nothing crazy happens. The reason I hate it is because there's usually runners that climb up the little boy in the middle, which is very annoying. So, that's why it's in B. Next up, we have the chutes map. Basically, in this map, to get someone out, you have to throw them onto a chute, and a giant sausage that weighs enough has to pull it down. So you can see over here, this is a big sausage, and it's able to open the chute. So if someone's ragdolled there, and the chute opens, then they're gonna die. But you see, this one over here is not big, so it does not fully weigh the chute down. Now, it's a cool concept, but there's one issue. The fundamental gameplay. The point of having a sausage randomly fall on a chute, it's kind of annoying. Because most of the time, you've got an enemy down. Where are you gonna put him? So that's the issue I'm having with it. Again, probably gonna keep it B. It's pretty mid. And also, sausages will rarely fall on your head and kill you. That's just something to be warned of. Next is the containers map. Now this, similar to the billboard, it's pretty small. Basically, you're just hanging from a container. I think you can break the ropes holding it up, but I'm not too sure on that. And you can also hide in a container if you want. I'm gonna put it with the blimp above the billboard, because there's a little more space and there's 2 containers. But still awfully small. You've got 4 people per container in a big server. Next up, we got the elevators. So, elevators, there's 2 separate elevators, right? And you can break the wires, which I'm hovering over here, and that takes an elevator down if there's people in it. You have to be careful on it, though. This is a really good map. I'm going to put it in S tier. It's just really fun to play around. You can, smash people into the windows and break it. You can lob people down. It's just all around a fun map. Next, we've got Gondola. I get this confused with girders a lot, because this is girders. I get it confused with gondola a lot because girders, well, there's 2 gondolas, but we won't get into that. So this map is basically a construction site, and the floor occasionally falls, but there's nothing too special about it. I'm gonna keep it B tier, because, it's sometimes fun, but other times it's just boring. Right, next we've got gondolas. So, this one, there's 2 separate things. We're basically looking at container. Spot the difference. There's none. Basically, there's a plank in between it. You can cut the gondolas. I am aware of that. I'm gonna put this. I'm gonna say B tier still. There's a lot of mid ones. I might move it around though. Next is the ring. This is going in S tier for me. Now it's a relatively small map, but the only thing that separates it from the other tiny maps is that it's the ring. It's a square. This is the map that does it right. Because you see these little things here, the ropes or whatever, they're good at keeping people in, so it's very fun. That's what makes the map very good. You can, like, use skills in here. It's basically the sandbox one, but it's very fun. Especially with 8 people, that's the only good one. Next we've got roof. Now, roof, nothing too special in it. Basically, you're on a roof, there's a little high section over here. You can break the glass and throw people in, which is kind of fun. I'm gonna put it A tier. Now we've got the subway. This has a similar problem to Shoots, actually. It's luck-based. So you got a downed enemy, where are you going to put him? On the track, right? You have to wait for a subway. Now this can vary from, you can literally throw him, he doesn't even land on the ground, and he already gets smashed in the face with a Mach 10 subway train that absolutely crushes every bone in his body. Or you can throw him on the track, he does a little snooze, right? And then he just chills there for about 10 minutes, right? No train in sight. I'm sorry, it's still 1 hour away. And then he just climbs back up. It's a bit of an issue. And it always seems to be that I have the bone-crushing one. And, okay, there's even something worse. You can... the edges over here, so, like, if you're on the track, you can go to the side of the subway, right? And you're perfectly safe. You just get knocked out a little. So for that, I'm putting it in C tier. Next up, the trawler. So the trawler, right? This is basically a boat with sharks that occasionally, grab you and pull you in. That's what I was talking about, beside the sharks in the aquarium section. So, it's okay. I don't mind it. There's also a little hole at the end of the boat where you can just throw people in. It's like an endless pit. So, I'm going to put it in A tier. It's not the best, but it's not awful either. Alright, now we've got the tower. This is another very small map. The only special thing I can think of is if you go down the stairs, you can break it, and then, you can flank someone and take them down. You probably don't know what I'm talking about if you haven't played the game, but that's the only special thing. It's a very small map, which isn't very good. And also, if anyone tells you you can fly in the middle of it, don't listen to them. You cannot. So, for that reason, I'm putting it in C tier. Maybe, yeah. Wait, no, say. Right. Next up, the train map. So, in this one, nothing very special happens. Basically, you spawn on a train, and then, these 2 carriages, after a bit, they fall off, so you have to quickly get over to this little bit with the 2 carriages in the front. And I think after a while, rocks fall, but that hasn't happened to me in a while, so I'm not too sure anymore. But nothing too special happens. You can run for 3 seconds after you get thrown off, assuming you're not ragdolled. But let's go and C tier, because it's very boring. Alright, next is trucks. This is one of the goats. It's up here with elevator and ring. So, in this one, there's 2 separate trucks. Basically, it's like a better version of gondola and containers. And signs come from the thing, as you can see here. Some of them you can jump over, some of them you have to duck over. You can also hide in a truck. It's just super fun to play with. I love this map. Right, next we've got vents. So this one, it looks boring. Now, it is until a special event happens. So there's 2 special events. So the first one will be you'll have no gravity. So when the fans turn on, you'll fly up and you'll be hovering around here. You can grab onto a railing to not go up, which is a smart idea, but you can choose. And then after that, it's high gravity, so you can't really climb up here. If you get knocked out and thrown down, you're basically dead. And on the sides, there's also these fans, right? So the fans are gonna suck you in if you get too close. It's very fun. I'm gonna put this in S tier. So that's basically the vents. You can also like tread the fans a little bit on high gravity. It's very fun. But it's all around a good map. Right, next is the wheel. So the wheel, basically it's a Ferris wheel. And the burgers start falling off, the wheel just starts going crazy, lobs burgers off. The entire thing collapses. It's a fun time. I'm putting it in A tier, because there's not much to it, but it's pretty funny. Alright, this is the grind map. Basically you're not on a Sigma grind, but actually you're getting grinded. It's going in A tier because it's a pretty fun one. So you can either sink people in the pink goo. You have to be out for a really long time, or someone has to be actively dunking you in it, so you drown in it. Or you can get thrown in a grinder. You also have to be gone for a pretty long time to do that. But that is the grind map, basically. Right, 2 more maps to go. We have Incinerator. So this one, basically you throw them into the fire in the middle. There's also these conveyors, which they're useless, basically. I'm going to keep it in B tier because it's pretty mid. Finally, we got the Lighthouse map. Now the Lighthouse, it's kind of like the towers, but you can go in the middle bit, and you can pull these bits off. So I'm gonna move it to C. Now let me just look at these rankings. S tier is pretty good. A tier is pretty good. B tier. No, I'm gonna move shoots to C. I don't like it that much. And then I'm gonna move Lighthouse to D. This is my ranking. Tell me how you feel in the comments. Do you think this is a good ranking or a bad ranking? How would you move it around? But thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. So until then, goodbye.